Hey guys, what is up? Today, even though I am streaming, we're gonna start a little late because unfortunately my final render for what I want to do on this tutorial is still going on. So I'm just gonna wait for that to finish. I should probably wait until the mic is loud enough for you to hear me. So basically what I'm doing at the moment is I'm doing the final render of the final piece that we're going to see today at the end of the tutorial. It took me a little bit longer than I expected to get what I wanted to have for the end, because I didn't want to render it during the video because I'm using Premiere Pro as well as After Effects, and the total rendering time would take about 2 hours, and if I want to fit this all into a 1 hour stream, it needs to be already done. So I can just show you what I do, kind of a Blue Peter moment. I don't know if you've ever seen that show, but if you have, there's one that they've always made earlier, so you don't have to go through the whole boring process of waiting for the rendering, waiting and waiting, and I sit here and I don't know, I dance to music until you're all bored and leave. So I'm just waiting for that. It should only take, let's see here, if it lets me I'll bring up the screen as well so you guys can see what's going on. You can see what the final product is gonna look like eventually. No, it's gonna crash. Please don't crash. I'm not rendering that again. Let's get on to the copyright free music at least. And get some nice chill. Let's go with something different today. I'm always playing some like very chill stuff. Let's go a bit more trip hoppy. Okay, so the estimated remaining time is 14 minutes here, guys. What I can do is I can go over the last two tutorials that we've done. The first day it was looking at getting OBS, mastering the sources and the scenes, how you can set them up properly for streaming, particularly in-game. But I also gave the strategy on how to build a stream for whatever it is you're going to be streaming, whether it's creative, whether it's development. But we use StreamPro.io. I'm finding that's quite a good resource. I'm hearing a lot of problems with the other popular sites currently. So what I'm going to do, see, the thing is as well is, thank you for the auto host, Other Jesus, I appreciate that, man. The thing is as well, yesterday was kind of a shambles in the end. I wasn't happy, basically because I wanted to do a border using a game as an example. Unfortunately I wasn't able to get the measurements and resolutions that I needed to create that properly, so it looked a bit mishmash. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you haven't seen it already, and if you have, sorry for that, but at least I was hopefully able to communicate the concepts across. You know, you've got to check what resolution the game is in, if you're going to have borders around. If not, where on the user interface can you fit yourself, your chat, your follower alerts, host alerts. But if you are using borders, you know, fit it around the camera, fit it around a chat, make a gradient in Photoshop. Get a logo in there. If you've got a brand like I do, you can see it there, AITV, and you're going to see it in full fledged momentarily. Hopefully, how long we got left here? 12 minutes. Hopefully it's going to go quicker than that. If not, I can always pause it while I go through the first part, at least anyway, and we can take a little break. I'll get myself a coffee, should be good. But yeah, hopefully at least the concepts are there, that you can go off and make your own. If you don't have access to these tools, there are plenty of free versions of these. although probably not as powerful. The basic concepts are still there, and as I always say, I'm not going to go through specifically like how to do grading, how to make something look like it's gold, how to make an apple shiny. There's tutorials out there already. If you have an idea and you want to make it a reality, Google can help you in so many ways to make that happen. Thank you for the auto host, Nightvid. I appreciate that, dude. So you know, if I want to make a gold border, I would just Google Photoshop gold effect, and that will probably come up with a result that leads me to a tutorial that shows me how to make a gold effect. You find ones that you like, find ones that you don't like, take bits from there, make your own individual piece that looks a lot better. Thank you, Blackbird KMD, for the auto host, bro. It looks individual, and so when someone someone randomly pops into your stream, it doesn't look like everyone else's stream. It looks like, I can see this guy's personality here. I'm gonna stick around. Thank you, New Face Games, for the auto host. Wow, I'm on a lot of people's lists for this stuff. That's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. So yeah, we've got 11 minutes left. Do I risk setting my computer on fire? Well, you know what they say, screw it. So here's what we're going to be, let me minimize please. Here's what we're going to be making first, which is an introduction to the stream. Now what happens is, normally, for example, if you are on Discord and you have this all hooked up so it says that you're live, you normally want a small countdown of about 5 minutes, and that allows Discord to hook on to the fact that you are now live, and for people then to jump in, and so they're not missing the first parts of the stream. So what I've done here, and I'll show you how I done this exactly with Premiere Pro, is I created this. Now this is just an image with a title underneath and a timer, and that's it. But it's very effective, and it clearly communicates to people how long's left until the person goes live. Now I've already been streaming for about 8 minutes, and I see someone has come into the stream here. So 5 minutes, they've only missed 3 minutes of the stream actually, with this timer, if I'm using it properly. So I will then show you how to do this. It's very basic. Again, if you have your own idea, which I really hope that you do, Google search those tutorials and just get on there and find it, because I mean these look so much better. And after I show you how to do this, I will then go into After Effects, hopefully if it ever completes, on how to make it animated, and that just gives it that little shine to it that just makes you look that much more professional and like you know what you're doing. Okay, so let me just check After Effects one more time. It's got a 9-minute remain. I can't spend the first 20 minutes, especially for the YouTubers, just waffling, so I'm going to get onto it straight away. We're going to go for the display capture, which should just pop up. Oh, there it is. Oh god, it's struggling. Alright. Gods and Idols, by the way, early access game on Steam. Tried it last night. There's not a lot to it, but it's a lot of fun actually. Just to see the potential the game has. I actually quite enjoyed that. Very good idle game. It feels more like a Flash game at the moment, but I can see it taking off, that one. This music's a lot more different. I'm liking this. Oh yeah. So instead of my infinite corridor face, hopefully Premiere Pro is going to load up very soon. We shall see. You can actually see my desktop here as well, the bottom part. All I've got is I've got Discord, I've got Google Chrome, and I've got OBS. The other two I normally wouldn't have open right now. It's a bit in the way for terms of CPU, especially if you're going to be playing a game that's going to be very top heavy on your computer. I better make sure it's not set on fire just yet. Wow, not yet, but there's a lot of flashing flashing lights going on there. And that's it. I mean, I've got on Google Chrome, I've got my Twitter, I've got my Facebook and Instagram. Sorry, on Google Chrome, yeah. And on my phone, you know, you've got Snapchat, you've got all your social medias that you want to engage your audience with as well. And you can always link that in your Twitch chat, which happens on Friday. I go through the bots of Twitch, which ones I think are at least the bare minimum that you need in terms of marketing, in terms of user engagement, just in terms of a lot of things. It's useful to have that. The bots, you know, they can actually even moderate your chat for you, which just saves so much effort for your moderators that you have. It allows them to sit back and enjoy what they're doing. Alright, let's go for the new project. Again, if you're using a free software, the idea is exactly the same, I'm sure. There's just probably slightly different in the way that you execute, for example, creating a timer. But again, Google. Let's call that Stream Timer 2. Let's get some light in here as well. It's going to take a bit of time. I'm already, I think, at 98% of my CPU, so there's not much love going around. Let's see, there's only about 1,000 frames left to render. That's good. Probably about 6-7 minutes left. This might be injuring the time a little bit. Alright, so there's two things I need. I'm going to go to the project at the top here, and I'm going to go to new item, and I am going to put, I suppose I could put a black video. I could put, no, I'll put a transparent video. Just saves me having to do the key to get rid of the black around it. So you want that in yes, full screen preferably. I drag and drop that into my timeline, so now there is a video. It's getting exciting, I know. I would like to stretch that out to 5 minutes. I said that's how long I would like it to be, so just over 5 minutes, because you're going to start the video and then press start streaming. The time that it lags between OBS and Twitch, you're just making up for that. Then I'm going to go into effects, and I'm going to put in time, and I'm going to drag over time code onto the transparent video. And so now we have this little thing here. Doesn't look quite right. Gotta fiddle about with some options. So we got the field symbol. We're going to get rid of that. See you later. We're going to put the format as it is. We're going to make the source the clip, and we're going to put a non-drop frame. Make sure you put it as 30 non-drop frame. Unless you're doing a 60 frame, then it should be a 60 non-drop frame. But I'm going to be doing 30, and everything is fine there. It's as it should be. If I press play, if it ever plays, it's going up. Now that's a problem because we want to count down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click the transparent video. I'm going to click nest, so it becomes a nested sequence, and then I'm going to right click it one more time and go to speed and duration, and there's a little checkbox down here that says reverse speed. And I'm going to click OK, and we're going to see that my 5-minute and 20-second video is going to be counting down now. So good start so far. If you want to make any changes to your timer, of course, you know, There's lots of effects in here to go through. You've got transitions if you just want to slide it every now and then or something. I don't know, whatever you want to do. It's your creativity at work here. For me personally, next, what I wanted was my logo to be there. It's just a picture, actually, at the moment. Gotta find it first, though. Let's see here. Actually, let's find it. Let's see if Windows can get me the offline banner. Is that the one? That looks like it. Yep, that's it. Now this is huge. I think it's 6,600 by 6,600, which of course is ridiculous sized. We're good like that? Are you sure? We'll do it like that. It's not the same one, but it doesn't matter because this isn't going to be the final product I'm showing you anyway. And I'm just going to extend that back over to 5. And what I can do with my timer, select motion. I'm just going to center it to the AI television side. And then I'm going to go to title. I'm going to make a new title, a default still. I don't want it to animate, I just want to say we will be starting in. And that's it, that's all I want to say there. I'll just type it. Let's uncapitalize that. And I'm just going to drag it over. And then, you know, obviously I can just play with the fonts, I can play about the kerning, the leading. Reshuffle that. Yep, that's no problem for me. Bring it back to the start. There we go. Extend it to 5. And that's it. You're ready to render your countdown. It's that simple. Once you know how, it's that simple. If you don't know how, it can take hours, which it did for me today when I was trying to be more prepared for my streams, tutorials. So there we go. That's pretty much it there. I'm hoping my cam didn't block any of the views. We'll see. Hey, Super Snake. Oh, that's... Are you a super snake or are you like a liquidy snake? That is the question. So that's kind of it for the start, and what you end up with once you add it onto OBS, which you add it to OBS by right clicking the sources. You go to media source, and after you've rendered your video from Premiere Pro, you can then select it from the folder you've saved it in, and this is what you end up with. I'm just going to check on After Effects. Okay, After Effects needs about 1 more minute. Soup is a game mode in Minecraft, so Super Snake. Ah, the souping snake. Nice, dude, I like your logic there. Welcome to the stream, anyway. Are you a streamer yourself, coming to find out some top-notch information? Let's get rid of OBS. I can't stand to see my face, to be honest. I've just gone over the Premiere Pro sides of things and how to make a timer to introduce your streams. The 5 minutes gives you a nice introductory time. It lets people get in because, you know, they need either their Gmail alerts, the Discord alerts to let them know, then to get in. It's about a good time. Then what I'm going to be doing after this Super Snake is I'm going to be animating this logo as well with some polish and shine. And then After that, I got something very special. I'm going to be hosting a game development company I work alongside with. I think they're going to be streaming their game in about 38 minutes. You're trying to understand, but it's hard. Aha. Oh, and that's After Effects is finished. Excellent. I can't wait because I haven't seen this, guys. Actually, this is the first time the rendering has finished where it's going to work. Ah, du sprichst Deutsch. Ah, entschuldigen, mein Deutsch ist nicht so gut. I'm gonna have to stick to English, unfortunately. But what I do is I put these videos on YouTube. So yeah, you can tell my German is so bad. Hey Azazel, welcome dude, thank you for tuning in. Lunchtime, man. Oh, my favorite time of the day. Anyway, getting distracted now. Super Snake, I put these on YouTube, so if you want to find them, yeah. Except I learned German 10 years ago. I can only buy sausage. Ich möchte Currywurst bitte. And that's about it. And beer, bitter, that sort of thing. Alright, so we've got this video now. 7:23. Oh, you're 1 hour ahead, man. That's cool. Swishy swish. What's up, dude? Welcome, welcome. Oh, Vivbots. Currywurst is really, really nice, man. It's so good. What I'm doing here, Swishy, is I'm doing a little tutorial on how to first create a timer countdown for your stream to introduce your streams, lets people from Gmail and Discord time to come in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to animate this video now. So what we can do is just close that. I've rendered it. My finished product that I made earlier looks a little bit like this. But it's a bit flat, it's a bit boring. I mean, if you join my stream straight away, you've now got 5 minutes of looking at a clock, which I might as well just have paint drying for you to watch. So we're going to make it a bit more exciting here now. I'm going to go into After Effects, if it behaves itself. Right, so that is the finished product. I'm going to give you guys a little sample because I haven't seen this yet. I just want to see kind of how it's going to look if it lets me. Alright, it's going frame by frame. So you can see there a little bit of animation going on. And then later on we're going to have, let's say, a lighting effect coming out of the middle of the frame. Now I always say all I'm trying to communicate here is the basic concept, so you guys can go away and make it your own. Ah, that's too bad, man. Azazel, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. Yeah, that sucks. You use Snaz. Is that a website for it as well that you use? So anyway, I will get the new project started up. Yeah, I should probably save the changes to that whenever you're ready. Ah, okay, Swishy. Yeah, I would use an app. It's just that I kind of prefer the video touch because it's so much more customizable. I'll tell you what, Swishy, if you whisper me that link, I will post it in the chat, so whoever's here can also have a little view of it. That's no problem, dude. I trust you, Swishy. You're not going to be giving me links to dark web stuff, I'm sure. Yeah, splash screen. Azazel, of course, you know. Aha. So there you go. I think Azazel's got it. Nice, Azazel. This is why you need moderators, man, because they got this. They got this. Alright, so, anyway, we are now going to go find that video that I created earlier, which is the one I just showed on the stream. Is it Mouse Without Borders? I don't think so. I think it's in here. So, stream intro. Is this the right format? MP4? Yeah, I shall accept that. So let's just shove that in there. And if we drag and drop it down, we now have Cheers Swishy. I'm going to keep that anyway, man, because that's going to be useful for me. Let me just double check YouTube's still going. Yep. Alright, so this is what I was showing you here. A very bland, not much happening, but at least it's something. Oh, super. It's my bot, the AI that looks after the chat. It instantly gets rid of all links that aren't moderators. Just in case, you know, I'm sure you've seen raids in chat, 4chan. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm sure it's got like its own styles as well and themes. But as I say, I just prefer the personal touch. I just want to look individual. That's my problem. I've always been a rebel. I've always been stand out from the crowd kind of guy, which is why I thought I would do this, because I'm going to do it anyway. And just in case anyone else wants to know how I done it, I'm going to show you. So I've got my video here. I'm going to go down to the very bottom and I'm going to zoom all the way in. And I regretted as soon as I did this. I thought, oh my god, because everything is frame by frame here. Look at that. 0.01 of a second per frame. And I thought to myself, oh my god, I'm going to die watching and doing this. But no, actually it seemed alright. For me, for example, what my vision was I wanted the brain where it has AITV in it. I wanted lights to be moving around it towards the AITV and away, just to bring it to life, and just to give it a nice polish and shine. So what I found myself with was it light rays? That sounds very familiar. Yes, I got a light ray. I zoomed in, and let's say I want this one to start here, and I want to travel down and end up in the AI. 1/29th of a second. Thank you, Azazel. Yes, you're quite right. You're quite right, sir. You got my back, bro. It's 29.97 frames per second. So obviously, it's a 29th. Math, man. I haven't slept since yesterday night. I thought, because I'm streaming Soma, the horror game, later, I thought, bit of coffee, bit of sleep deprivation, it's going to be exciting. So now we've got effects down here. If I expand this down, I can see all the lanes, and at any time, if I just click this button, which is the auto keyframe properties when modified, I can now select key points at frames to have an action, and what After Effects does is it transitions those actions together. So I'll show you that now for you. Now at the moment it's too bright. That's going to cause a lot of distortion. With 6 or 7 of them going around, it does, Swishy, you're right, man, exactly. I mean, I sat here for the past 8 hours doing this, just getting everything absolutely perfect. Hey, Imperial, welcome, dude, how are you doing? Yeah, about 8 hours doing this, guys, you know, just mistakes, learning, mistakes, making sure that I knew what I was going to say when I was doing it today. So anyway, I'm going to show you. What I came up with was I wanted a higher intensity of light, which was 335 I came up with, and you can see now, whoa, it's so bright. The problem is, it's the radius. I just reduced the radius. Now I have a small, intense light. I'm very happy to see you, dude. Welcome, welcome. You're always welcome here, man. How is your Wednesday going? It must be about... What am I working on? I have made... I'll show you quickly, just so you can see. I have made a very bland timer as an introduction for my streams. So you can see there, I start the stream with this, and in 5 minutes, people know I'm going to start with what I'm doing. And what I want to do now is to give it a bit of shine. I'm going to animate that very bland screen. I'm just going to show you a small example here of the kind of things you can do. I mean, this was my vision. So anyway, so I've got this first frame here. It's set. Now I want this to move very fast. Light moves very fast. So I'm going to go and skip 2 frames ahead. And then I'm going to go here where it says center. And I'm going to adjust the position of the light very carefully to the next end of a vector. Looks perfect. I move on 2 more frames, and I'm going to repeat the process all the way up to the end of the vector. Beautiful. For 2 more frames. I'm going to get it up to the top of that vector. Just over, slightly left a bit more. Beautiful. 2 more frames. We've still got to get to that little node there. So then I'll move this across the path again. Beautiful. 2 more frames. I think you're getting the idea of the pattern that it consists of here. And we're at the finish line. Now the thing is, I now have to think about what happens at the finish line. Do I just want a bit of light to stay there? That's not really what happens. The light tends to fade out, ready for another pulse to send across. So I'm only going to go 1 frame this time, and then I'm going to set the intensity down to 0. And After Effects won't be able to render this in real time, but I'll show you guys after anyway. So you can see there, it just moved very quickly across. And if I don't think I can deselect it. I forgot how to do that. But you can see there, it just whoosh like that. I'll do 1 more. I will do the T connected to the V. It just appears like that, Azazel, but once it's rendered, it's because of the frame rate lost at the top here. I'll show you. Oh, it's not. But I promise, it is just the speed. It has the same intensity all the way through. All I've changed is the position, if you see here. The only thing that would make it less bright... Ah. No, you're right, dude. Why is it doing that now? I never said you could have a mind of your own. Bop, 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 bop. Well, then we're gonna go through 1 by 1. And we're just gonna correct this. And I'll have words with After Effects afterwards. It works on Windows. What does your bot do, Imperial? Obviously I would have to doubly check it. So let's try that again, as Azazel rightfully observed. Okay, yep. That looks much better. Let's make sure that radius doesn't go up as well. Okay, everything stayed the same. Cool. And then the intensity goes to 0. It's faded out. What I could do is I just copy these, go on to the next frame, or 2 frames, and just paste. Unless I lose the clipboard. There we go. So now if I play, let's keep that at 0 there as well. Strange why it's doing this. I don't know why it is. So it's very quick. Way too quick, in fact. So I'm going to go here. Ooh, too far. And I'm going to move it a couple more frames ahead. Over to here. Now please. Oh, good sir. Don't make me do it. If I put this at 0. Aha. Yeah, there we go. I've got you, buddy. There we go. And so now we have an animated light going through the wire. The last thing I'd like to do to show you just before... Of course I trust you, man. If I didn't trust you, I would never have even looked. Hey, Peachy P, welcome. Happy Wednesday, midweek. It's almost over. How are you doing? I'm doing animation of a... I'll show it one more time. With Premiere Pro, I made this very simple video. It's just a logo and a countdown. And what I'm doing now is I am trying to bring that to life with a few simple effects. I mean, for example, like, oh my god, let's see, where is it? What I would have liked to have done, but I didn't have time to... excuse me. That's not what I wanted. Was it the lightning bend? Nope. There is a lightning here that just looks absolutely spectacular. Is it vignette lighting? Lightning? No, lighting. No, I want lightning. Don't you hear me, man? I want lightning. Oh, wait. That's the one I just did. Here it is, obsolete. There we go. So I could go from, say, I have all these little lights going through in my animation. Thank you so much. Kind words. I'd have the lights going through to the AITV, and then out the V side along these wires will hit the microchip at the hypothalamus, and that will start to shoot out lightning. And you know, I can increase the segments here, which makes it more jagged, detail level up a bit, amplitude, oh yeah, look at that. Woo! And you know, you got a nice lightning effect coming out. How cool is that? What was the bot for, Imperial? If you message me the details, I'll take a look at it. That's no problem. So that's something else I would have liked to have done had I had more time. I think I want more forks as well if I was going to do it. I'd like it to not just be one thing going zim, 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 like that. Very real sound effects, of course. But I'm not going to have that for now. It just gets in the way a little bit. I will have one more. Let's see, what could we do? We could, for example, we have a spotlight here. And now I know my camera, I have my camera at the top right, so what I can do, oh, that's the lightning ray, let's undo that. I want the spotlight, yes, intensity, we'll go here, and what I could do now, for example, is put a little movement as the stream's about to start, and just come up here to where my camera's going to be. And then I switch over to my new overlay, my new scene. And my face will appear in the top right corner, just here, under the spotlight. It's a nice little thing. It's a bit too Hollywood for me personally, but I saw someone doing that. I thought that's pretty cool. If you can get that going. I mean, look at that. Ooh. Love it. So I'll just put the last Right? It would be sweet. So cinematic as well, you know, you could just sit there eating your popcorn. Hey, Sin Studios. If you have it timed out, why don't you set up an auto switch functionality? Yes, of course. I believe with OBS you have the studio mode, which allows you on a timer to switch to another scene. If it lets me do that. Yep, you can do that. So I can say, oh gosh, there we go. So I can just transition. And it works like that. You got a chat bot, dude? Send it over, man. I'm gonna try it out. So there we go. And just transition over, fades away like that. So let's not stop streaming. That's gonna be disastrous. Let's get back to here. I'm gonna add one more effect, and then I'm gonna show you guys the very final piece of the puzzle, which I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the final thing. I'm hoping it looks good. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm so excited my voice broke saying that. I did a final one. So it transitions over a 45-second period from 0 to maximum intensity, which was something like that. You know, so it just brings out that yellow, it brings out the purples, and then it fades away very gently. The hype is real, I know, PTP. I can't wait. I've spent literally 9 hours today making this. It's just been so painstakingly with the small diodes, making the light move, making sure everything's working correctly. Then rendering problems. I crashed my computer at one point, which meant I lost an hour of my life. Doesn't matter. I wasted a lot more and a lot less. So I just thought this would have a nice tone, and then it fades out, and then the light's going to ripple back through. It's going to go down into the computer chip part at the bottom of the brain, and this lighting effect is going to come up again. Imperial, I actually have to go out after this, but if you message me on Saturday, I will send you a reminder on Friday to message me on Saturday, and we'll talk about it. I've already got my stream schedule set up for this week. Sorry about that, dude, but next week I'm happy to stream your bot and have a little play test with it. If it's a chat bot, dude, I love the Turing test, I love all that stuff. So as you can see here, guys, like, you can just find a nice position. I could even put it there and just up that intensity a bit more, up that radius, and look at that. Whoa, freaking futuristic or what? And you go all the way up, it starts bending space and time. Who knows what's going on here? Oh my god, and then back out again. Freaking hyperspace tunnel. I had so much fun with this today. There's so many things that I want to do with it. I think After Effects is a cool little program. So, enough games. We're gonna take a little look, and then I'm gonna finally go over the last piece. So, this is what I made before on Premiere Pro. I'm just gonna put that up while I message somebody who asked. They wanted to see the final product. And then I'm going to add another media source just in the background here where you guys can't see me. Of course I can, Imperial. Not a problem, dude. But right now I'm hiding. I want this to be a surprise for everyone. I don't even want to see it until you guys see it at the same time. It could be a total flop. It could be a triumph. I'm hoping it's the second. Mallow, welcome to the stream, dude. You're just in time to see the final piece of the tutorial. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Wait, get it away. Get it away. Let's put it underneath again. where you at? I've got so many under the same name, and it's all named like crap and crap 2, crap 3, render please, render 3. Where are you? Well, I'm very sad to say. Yeah, I'm very sad to say what I have accidentally done is I've cut out a part of it because just due to my inexperience with After Effects. I'm obviously going to go back now and try and fix that after the stream. But we're still going to take a look because the effects are there. They are visible. It's just the countdown is missing. It's a shame, but that's life. So we're going to start that again. And so you see there the little flecks of light moving through the brain. And then over the next 45 seconds, the light's starting to come through. You should get rid of the hour display. How do you mean, Swishy? Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, it depends. I mean, I might change it later for an hour-long timer. I don't know. Maybe I'm going to do speedruns at some point. But for this particular case, yeah, I think you're right. And so now we've got that light just exactly. It's coming to life. It's unfortunate I don't have it all in the correct position. That was my noobiness showing. But now we're seeing it's starting to fade. Very nice, very gently. The light nodes are starting to show themselves again. You don't know, man. I might have a 1-hour intro. I'm such a hype engine. You know, I'm just hyping people for 1 hour to have a 5-minute stream. And then the light goes again. And you start to bring that light back and forth. And it just gives something for people to look at. You know, it's not boring. No problem, Imperial. Saturday we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it on Saturday, dude. And then again, the light's coming up. I mean, obviously I can now go and take my time because I'm not under a time constraint of finishing this tutorial. I can do other things. I could get that lightning fixed in at some point just to make it a bit more interesting between the loops. You know, but I think if this was a song, if this was music, this is my chorus right here. Yeah, I would do it, man. Massive troll. But this is my chorus right here. And then in between each of these I can have a verse. I could have lightning, I could have the spotlight. I could have anything. I could have a cartoon run across the screen if I wanted to. You know, it's amazing. I love After Effects. I'm definitely going to start putting more time into this and make this intro much more effective. Thank you, Peachy P. I feel special now. And hopefully one more time. Whee! There we go. So there's the concepts there. Like I said yesterday, I was trying to work on a border for a certain streamer, that is Sin Studios, who is here with us today in the audience. Unfortunately, I didn't have the correct resolutions in order to build the border properly. So I had some problems. But, so you see the way that animation works there. In OBS, how do I add the video? Okay. So, what I've done here, let's maximize. Whoa, infinite tunnel, people. Bloody hell. Right, so all I do is I right click down here in the sources area, I go to add, I go to media source, and then I got media source. I'll add a new one, I make it a local file. I don't want it to loop, because if it loops, it's just going to start a 5-minute countdown again. Useless. Might as well have a 10-minute timer at that point. Restart playback when source become active. I check that because, for example, if I close this, I'm ready to start streaming. I've got this scene open, I've set it all up, I'm ready to go. Now my intro. Click, start streaming. It's already going. Just like that. So, I keep restart playback when source becomes active ticked. I prefer the hardware decoding when available because it's a lot more smoother. And hide the source when the playback ends as well. There's advanced. Don't even look at that unless you really know what you're doing. Oops. There we go. I go to browse. I find my many versions of this particular video. Go to there, click add. Boom. I've now got a source that whenever I click into it, it starts. Look at that. Whee! Oh my gosh, that's a lot of fun. Just playing with the light there. Beautiful. Yeah, it's just a video. Once you... let's get rid of the... Stop it now! Once you render with After Effects, for example, you just render it. I'll show you what I did. I went to Export, add to Render Queue. It appears down here in the bottom. I went to Output Module, which is normally set to lossless. My god, don't do that. Format, H.264, that is the 1080p MP4 quality. And I left that as it was. I then went to the render settings, and the quality, I went for current settings because I just want to use what's there. I don't want them to start fiddling with it. Disk cache, I'm not going to change that. Frame blending, current settings. Again, leave that. Motion blur, I didn't have any, so it doesn't really matter. And the rest of it is fine. I just say use the frame rate just in case. I know PeachyP, it's so smooth, so smooth. Then I click OK, and then I sit here for an hour sipping on coffee, eating a packet of crisps or chips if you're from America. Have a little breakfast bar. I've eaten about 5 breakfast bars today, just sitting here waiting for the rendering to finish. But that's the concept of the animation. Now it doesn't only have to be your intro video. You know, as I was saying, I tried to do a border yesterday. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite what I was expecting it. My resolution is different. I drink a lot of coffee, man. I drink tea as well. When I get stomach problems from drinking too much coffee, that's when it becomes tea time. Jasmine tea. It's like medicine to me, dude. So this border is a little bit messy. I might redo the tutorial that I done yesterday before I upload it to YouTube. I believe it's scene 2. No, that was the overlay. We got a chat. No, here's here. Alright, so it's a mess. I'm not even going to try and justify what I've done here because everything was all over the place. StreamPro.io was not working for me yesterday as well, so I couldn't even get the bloody votes just to sit inside this border. But this is an image that I've done in Photoshop. Now you've seen what I've done today. I took an image from Photoshop, I went to Adobe Premiere Pro, I put the timer on, I put whatever I needed on, exported it as a 5-minute video, and then I went to After Effects. Now maybe you just want, I don't know, on the skull at the bottom right, you just want maybe the eyes to blink or something, you know, a bit of white to come over those eyes, and that makes a blinking action. You don't need to make a 5-minute video in that case, it's only 2 seconds. So you take this image, you go into Adobe Premiere Pro, you make it 2 seconds long, you go into After Effects, and you just have this blinking action going on. And then you just add the media source down there as the skull, and every 2 seconds it's gonna blink. And that just, it's incredible once you start utilizing this information to customize your stream. It just looks so fantastic. I mean, I've obviously done a botched job here. It looks like a kid attacked a piece of paper with scissors and then had some colouring pencils to go with it. I know because I used to do that as a kid, and that's what it used to look like. I am gonna coffee and Mountain Dew equals make the IT world go round. Yeah. It's true, man, it's true. Oh my god, we got the infinite corridor. Let's just anything other than this going up here. Let's just at least have the loading screen as I'm signing off. So the materials that I used today to make this was Photoshop to make the first image, which was just a bland version of that. Actually, I have that here. And then with this image, I went onto Premiere Pro, I added the title, and I added the timer. After that, I went into After Effects, which then allowed me to animate small parts onto it, which, if it behaves, it's going to start to animate. And so now you've got this beautiful halo. People who have come to join your stream, instead of staring at a counter for 5 minutes, or however long it is, they have something to distract them. It's entertaining, it looks nice. I mean, I might forget to start streaming. I'm going to be looking at this, for example. But it just looks so much better than a static object. Imperial, let me send a chat message to Imperial. Yeah, Azazel's a big Mountain Dew drinker. He normally streams, what is it, Jackbox? Oh, what time on Saturday? 6. No offense, Imperial, I don't want to spend the whole stream trying to organize something else that's nothing to do with this. No, it's okay. If that time's fine for you, then it's fine. But that's kind of it. Let's go back to me on the camera, because I'm so gorgeous. Gorgeous, darling. That's kind of it for today. That's the basic animations. What I'm going to be doing tomorrow is custom sound effects. So we've got light, we've got electricity, we need ambience behind there, we need the sound effects as well. We want to start bringing this experience to life for people, because at the moment, despite it being chopped up, can you imagine just some sounds? Let me just mute YouTube. There's nothing behind there. So at the moment it is just visual, and what we want to do is make it an immersive experience. So what we need next is the sensation of sound, applying the sound effects to the visual effects. Cool, I'm glad, Imperial. I would never mean to offend you. And then I think it's going to be complete. And then on Friday, what we can do, let's get this music back on. Let's chill. Oh, beautiful. Then on Friday, what I will be doing is I will be looking at the bots of Twitch. Obviously, they all do their own different things. What I'm going to be going through is what I think is the 3 main ones that you should be looking at least to start up. A lot of them have good cross-platform with Discord, with Twitter. Some of them do games, giveaways, welcoming people into your stream. They're very useful. I would always say get a bot. And what I'm going to be doing now is I am going to be streaming Sin Studios. They are either playing their game that they've developed, which is Twaybor, which I love that game. I think it's awesome. I'm not just saying that because I'm #1 in the world, not biased. They might actually even be streaming their development process of the game. Last time I checked over their stream, they were doing level design. So if you guys are interested in seeing how maybe some level design works on the Unreal Engine, I believe, stick around. and have a little watchy. Why is this taking over again?